honey. Welcome to my side of the internet. My name is Soncerae Monique. I am a life coach for both men and women. I have a 50-50 audience, so I try to play fair with both genders. I want everyone to unify and produce loving unions, okay? There is no gender war here. Oh my God, not another Kevin Samuels clip. No! I am Kevin Samuels out, you hear me? I'm like, ugh. People are like, oh, not a lot of people know Kevin Samuels. Okay. I dare you try to sit down and count how many people are a million. Can you put 1 million people in a football stadium? Huh? I want you to imagine standing in the middle of a football field and it's 1 million people in that stadium. That's Kevin Samuels' followers, right? He almost 2 million on Instagram. So, yeah. I promote positive perspectives and healthy debates. So if you're going to be here, be inside my comment section on some healthy, clear communication. Use your vowels, use your college vocabulary, all right? YouTube has no problem with deleting your entire comment or putting your comment in the help or review section because you don't use a blacklist word like profanity or calling somebody out their name or talking about something weird. Take responsibility for what you post on the internet and please reduce the amount of anonymous trolling you participate in.
Please, 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 black women, stop. I can't protect you if you're not going to protect yourself. Stop watching Kevin Samuels. It's obviously, this man is a fucking misogynist. All he gives is little dick energy. Y'all asses acting like fucking silly. Why y'all keep going back to abuse? Mr. M-I-S-T-E-R. He gets on top of me and does his business. That's what y'all sound like. Oh my God. Look. Any man who tells you that you're worthless unless you have a man in your life is obviously have a little dick, okay? They have little dick syndrome. Why does a woman have to depend on a man to do shit for her? The only thing a man can give you is dick. That's it. You can do anything by your motherfucking self. You don't need a man to tell you your worth. And if you're living your life for a man, is that really living? Just because a man wears a tailored suit don't mean he gives good relationship advice. This motherfucker was married twice, divorced twice. If he couldn't save his motherfucking marriage, how the fuck he supposed to save yours? And the other thing about Kevin Samuels, he gay. Oh my God. You can tell he hates pussy. You can tell I'm gay. But I know gay when I see gay. Y'all, these hips don't motherfucking lie. He's on tonight, you know his hips don't lie. He want to ride that dick like a stolen car.
There have been heterosexual men, homosexual men, young men, old men have all been telling women to discontinue listening to Kevin Samuels. Kevin Samuels is only producing content for personal gain and entertainment. That's what content creators do, right? Entertain. A lot of times misinformed. So when you're looking for a counselor or you're looking for someone to help you with your life in real life, it's smart to look at someone who actually has a license, certification, has done some research in psychology or something like that. And I don't mean someone who's just getting on YouTube saying that these are things that they got. It has to be some type of proof there that these people even went to college or went to get the knowledge that they need to have in order to lead people in a healthier direction. A lot of the stuff that Kevin Samuels says, whether you believe it to be true or not, it seems as though it is the thought process of a person with a dubious character, not a thought process of a well-rounded, high-earning man. Take a listen to this clip. My girl Dana, I remember the first time I played Dana on my YouTube channel. It had to have been over a year ago. She wasn't even popular on TikTok yet. I think she was becoming popular on Instagram, but she was saying so much logical stuff and it was like pissing a whole bunch of Dusties off. And after a while, I got tired of arguing back and forth with Dusties on TikTok and YouTube. So I just was like, you know what? I'm good on this. Y'all boring me and are obviously remedial intellectually, so I'm good. But Dana is handling the Dusties pretty well, might I add.
You made it to 35 years old and you're unmarried. You are a leftover woman. A leftover woman. You are what is left. Men know that there's something likely wrong with you.
I was asked to speak on this video, and honestly, he was right about a few things, especially when he said there's something wrong with us. It is something wrong with us. What's wrong with us is that we not like the rest of the women who was willing to settle just to have a man. That's really what's wrong with us. What's really wrong with us is that we sat back and we watched men like him pick the wrong woman twice, end up in 2 failed marriages. How you fail twice at the same game, right? That's what's wrong with us. I'm gonna tell you what else is wrong with us. What's wrong with us is we sat there and did the work to become better women in every aspect. Meanwhile, our counterparts thought it was okay with being mediocre and less than average, right? That's what's wrong with us. What's wrong with us is that the options that's supposed to be options ain't options because we would never consider them. What's wrong with us is that there's men out here who think that we are supposed to accept anything just to have them in our life. That's what's wrong with us. One part I will disagree with is the leftovers, because in order for me to be leftovers, that means I would have had to been on the menu, and I was never on the menu because I never considered half of the men that would have ever been considered as options to me. So there's no way for you to save me for later when you never had me to begin with. Consider when you playing the Kevin Samuels game is that he's looking out for his best interest, which is old men who are preying on young girls because they're borderline pedophiles, right? So the only way to win his game is to be a young girl seeking out older men. Other than that, you can't win his game because he's going to tell you that the men that are in your age group when you are a young girl in your 20s are too immature for you and don't have the resources that you need. And then once you get in your 30s, you too old and nobody wants you. And then if you have children in your 20s by that older man and it don't work out, then you're leftover goods that nobody want to come in and take care of your children. There's no way to win his game. Honestly, I want one of y'all to give me the directions to this wall I'm about to hit, because evidently the men ain't getting the memo that I'm already at the wall or about to hit the wall, because they still in my DMs aggravating me. Can one of y'all pookies let them know that I done already hit the wall so that they can leave me alone? Because I don't want to be bothered. So if you could let them know that they shouldn't be pursuing women of my elderly age, I would greatly appreciate it, because grandma got things to do, okay? I got places to be, flights to take, food to eat. I got a lot of stuff to do, and worrying about a pookie, this word about me hitting the wall ain't one of them. So while we so glad that y'all so concerned about our 30-year-old business, you don't have to be. Go plot on them little 20-somethings that's going to trick off you and then throw you to the nursing home where you belong.
Dana is something else, man. She's something else. Listen, when you get over 30, you don't suddenly depreciate in value. And what's funny is somebody as old as he is, who wears a man weave and probably has the balls more wrinklier than a damn Ruffles potato chip, want to make women believe that for some reason men just don't age. Ladies, when you get over 30, there are going to be men who are still as attractive as you are, men who still haven't walked down the aisle yet, men who still want to have children with someone their own age. Not every man is out here trying to push up on the barely legals. That's something that a lot of perverts do. I have a 21-year-old myself, and I know I've said this on this channel, but I'm going to repeat it because, you know, repetition is a good thing. It helps you remember. There is no way in hell that me and my daughter's father would allow a man who is over the age of 30 to walk up in our house and talk about how he wants to take care of my daughter financially or anything else. I'm sorry, there is nothing appealing about being a sugar baby other than the fact that you are financially taken care of. And honestly, as an older man, when you get that old and your only option is sugar babies, it's unfortunate for you, because the women that you get in contact with are not interested in you, who you are as a person. They don't love you. They don't care about you. What they care about is your money. And most times, sugar daddies are married or used up and ran through, and the women in their age group have no intention of interacting with them because they are the bottom of the barrel character-wise, and it has nothing to do with how old they are. And the problem with Kevin Samuels is that his character is so screwed up. He is the wrong person that any young person should be following behind. That includes males. Y'all be calling him the godfather this, the godfather that, praising him because he speaks so negatively about women, and you still butt hurt and bitter from some woman that rejected you in middle school and high school. And I said this in a previous video I did the other day, that as a man, when you've been rejected by so many females, when you get older, you start speaking negatively about females all of the time. All of the time, because you have never experienced what it's like to be with a healthy, positive, loving woman. So you have nothing positive to say. You don't know what it feels like to have a good woman. You don't even know how to attract good women. And that's what Kevin Samuels is. Listen to his content. How often do you hear anything that is remotely close to praising a woman who has become successful, who has been seasoned, one who has started a family, whether she was married or divorced? There's women out there who are divorced single mothers, and he's still trying to make it seem like those type of women aren't good women either if they're over the age of 35. You see what I'm saying? So how come he has like this ageist thing where he believes that anyone inside of his age group or over 30, anyone should be dating unless they're male? Like, really? Like, okay, people over the age of 30 shouldn't be taken serious unless they're male. No, the problem is a man who is over 35 who still hasn't found a woman to marry is a whole problem. And that's the truth about the situation. But a lot of these men don't want to take accountability. It's men out here waiting until the last minute to settle down with a woman, and they've ran through so many women instead of choosing when they were in their youth. You know, they want to soak their wild oats or whatever, and they're going around and they're dating women, misleading women, courting women that they have no intentions with because they just want to bust one. And they think that that's completely okay as long as they're still young or in college or they're still trying to get their money together. And then they get over 35 and they realize, they look around them, they see their homeboys are married or they see everyone else has started a family, and now they're out in these streets struggling to find a woman inside of their age group. They go find them a barely legal that doesn't know any better, that they can shine bright cars and nice homes and money in her face, and they don't necessarily have to have a good character, but they can mold her and trick her and manipulate her into being and doing whatever it is that they want her to do. And these young girls have no idea that they're wasting their youth on a man who screwed up a couple of marriages, screwed up a couple of relationships, made half of the population of the women in his city his baby mama, and she's sitting there wasting her youth, her beauty, her time, her resources with him. You see what I'm saying? So when you have a dubious character, it doesn't mean that suddenly when you get money, all of the terrible things about yourself disappear. So all of the men out here who want to be like a Kevin Samuels, and you believe he's worth X amount of dollars and he's a high value man and he has all of this money and yada yada yada, more BS and more BS on top of that, it doesn't suddenly make you a good quality man. Okay, the same kind of baggage you claim that women have once they get over a certain age or after they've been in a certain amount of relationships, Healthy women do not want those type of men. The only type of women that would be attracted to a man like Kevin Samuels are women who are in fact desperate or toxic in their own ways, because no healthy woman who wants something good for themselves or wants something long term would feel comfortable with even connecting herself with a man like him, just off of looking at the content that he posts on social media, just by listening to how he's trying to guide other men into having a dubious character just as bad as he is. There is someone out there for everyone, and no matter how unattracted I am to Kevin Samuels, there is going to be a woman out there who will love him, just like all of the women that you guys don't like because she's quote unquote overweight, or because she's a single mother, or because she's ran through, or whatever. It's still going to be a person out there that will be interested in her or him. It's just how it is. That's the ways of the world. There is someone for everyone. So these personal hang-ups that a lot of y'all might have, like you don't want somebody that's over 30 and you over 30 your damn self, that means you a creep, you a pervert. But you will be able to find a woman to manipulate and harm, because there's so many women out there that don't know no better. And as women like me come around, or women like Dana come around, or all of the other female content creators, or people who have a valid license or certification to counsel someone, or to be a psychologist or a therapist for someone, will find a way to help these girls who are out here misguided, who don't have father figures. Because I'm telling you straight up, the only person that would connect themselves to a man like Kevin Samuels is a woman who does not have a father. And any of the men who follow behind Kevin Samuels' quote unquote values will only be able to attract women who have been misguided and do not have a father figure, because no man in his right mind would allow his daughter or counsel or consult his daughter and tell her Kevin Samuels and the stuff that he's saying about women is accurate. No good father would do that.